Have you been doing a few days or weeks of toe yoga and you're kind of finding like, what is this actually doing? Or is this actually helping me? Or are you also just hoping that it does help? Well, it might not help just because you don't exactly know what to do with it. So I am here to make your toe yoga functional. Toe yoga is incredibly helpful in terms of beginning to improve some of the stability in your foot. And it's also really helpful for addressing compensatory strategies that happen because of some type of dysfunction in the leg. So this is not just a problem of your foot, it can also be a problem that occurs further up the chain. Now, what we're focusing on today is we want to make the toe yoga exercises more functional. If you have been doing toe yoga, you say, okay, my toes are moving separately from each other, but what gives? Why do I still have pain in my foot? Why do I still struggle with this posterior tib tendinitis? If you are not seeing progress, what you likely need to do is start to integrate this into 2 different strengthening exercises. Remember, the thing is that you want to first be able to isolate that movement of your toes before you start to put that into a functional exercise. Now, what we're going to do is integrate this motion into a kickstand RDL. So let me first show you this position, okay? If what I'm trying to do with this RDL is improve my posterior chain strength on this right side, I need to make sure that I'm not collapsing my arch and that also I'm maintaining contact throughout that plantar plate. But what I actually even like to do is I like to do some repetitions holding that toe yoga position of toe extension and then big toe extension, and then holding the position of keeping my toes, my other 4 toes lifted. So I'm gonna do some of the kickstand RDLs with my big toe lifted, some of the kickstand RDLs with my other 4 toes lifted, okay? Let's see what that looks like. If you're not sure how to do kickstand RDLs, make sure to watch my video where I go through 4 different hip hinging exercises that are super helpful for improving your posterior chain strength. Now, assuming that you already do those, let's integrate toe yoga into those. So I'm first going to start in this position where, so this is that kickstand RDL, okay? So now what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to integrate this posterior chain strength on this right side into the position of my foot. So I'm gonna lift my big toe up as I press my other 4 toes down, as I go down and come back up. With my back leg, I'm trying to make sure that I'm not pushing my toes out to the side, and then I'm trying to stay even through all 4 toes. For this front leg, I'm trying to keep the big toe lifted as I press the other 4 toes down. That poses a whole nother challenge to my balance. Then after 5 repetitions, I'm gonna press my big toe down, lift my other 4 toes up while still keeping my arch lifted, and I'm gonna do another 5 like that. It's really hard for me to keep my toes lifted that whole time. Now for the position of this back leg, I wanna make sure that I'm not just pushing my heel out to the side like this. I wanna try to make sure that I'm maintaining that weight through the whole plantar plate of the foot. When I do a split squat, here's how I can integrate some of this toe yoga. I can keep my big toe lifted and my other 4 toes down. So if we're looking at the front leg, and then also I can switch up position of keeping my big toe down and lifting my other 4 toes. For the back leg, I really want to make sure that I'm reinforcing that position where I have the weight through this metatarsal head on all 4 sides if I can. From the back, what you'll see is I'll be like this, not like this, and not like this either, okay? So I want that weight through the metatarsal heads, through that plantar plate. So I'm trying to make sure that my foot isn't supinating, so of the back leg. So I'm trying to make sure that I press through that big toe, and then I'm going to press for this front leg, press my, my 4 toes down as I lift my big toe up. Then I'm gonna do split squat, come down and up. Again, because I'm lifting this big toe up, it's gonna pose another challenge to my balance. After I do 5, then I'm gonna press the big toe down, lift my other 4 toes up while still keeping my arch lifted, okay? When I do the other side, my other side is really hard because of the way that this big toe doesn't move as well. So that's why I have to do the flexibility work through my big toe on this side before I start trying to integrate some of this strength. Because it's painful for me to try to go down because my foot wants to keep doing this as I go down. You see this? So it's moving like this because I don't want to press through that big toe. So all the more reason that I need to first address the flexibility, then I can incorporate the strength. A few takeaways, okay? Number one, you need to be able to isolate that movement first. So when you do toe yoga, try doing it seated with your feet on the ground, then you can do it standing, because it's going to allow you to isolate that movement. Get really comfortable with the movement first before you do the strengthening. Then what you can do is you can do 3 sets of 10 on each side of the kickstand RDLs and of the split squats. Of each set of 10, do 5 with the big toe lifted and 5 with the big toe pressing down. That's going to give you an even split in terms of really starting to work on, like, what is it that I'm having the most difficulty doing. That's going to help to integrate the stability and strength of your whole foot and lower leg, and you're going to get more out of the strengthening of the posterior chain when you're doing the RDLs and the split squats. I would love to hear from you guys. So I give you a little bit of my own personal experience with this, right? In terms of highlighting the side that I have difficulty with, the side that I don't have difficulty with. I would love to hear from you guys. So I want you to tell me, oh, you know, Chloe, I didn't really have any difficulty on my right side or my left side. Or, you know, it was really hard for me to actually keep my toes lifted when I was doing the kickstand RDLs. The whole idea of this is that you're exploring how it is that you move, and you're going to become a better mover. So by reflecting on it too, it's going to really start to integrate how it is that you're moving. You're going to become a better mover. And that's the whole idea. If you're a better mover, it's going to help you to prevent injury. So get the most out of this toe yoga. I think this is going to be really helpful for you, and I'd love to hear from you.